So I guess I will start off and say things are not great for me. Overall, the stomach problems and hand problems haven't really improved. Maybe the stomach has a little bit, which is why we're going with the wine today. We're gonna see how it goes. But I actually had surgery last week. I had my gallbladder removed. They found, well, some gallstones, not too many, but a one in particular, massive gallstone in my gallbladder, which they think could be the reason that I've been to the emergency room a few times with like horrible pain. It's actually probably the reason. It was like my first time having surgery, right? So I don't do anything. I don't know what like vision you guys have of like what it is that I do while I'm not streaming, but it is nothing. I mean, like, as I'm saying this, you're probably not getting a good enough idea of how little it is, like, my existence. It's fucking mind numbing because, like, all I want to do is play video games, but I can't play video games. So, like, I just do nothing instead. Other than wait for the next doctor's appointment or whatever it is. So, leading up to my surgery, I was consuming a ridiculous amount of content related to gallbladder surgery. Like, what's it like? What's the recovery like? What can you eat or not eat after? Like, whatever. Articles, YouTube, mostly YouTube. So, like, by 2 or 3 days away from the surgery, my, like, YouTube algorithm has, like, honed in on this, right? And so I'm getting, like, girl sits in front of her webcam and talks for 45 minutes about gallbladder surgery, 600 views. Like, this is getting pushed through my YouTube feed, and I'm just watching this shit because I can't sleep. And everyone said it was, like, not bad, right? It wasn't too bad. Like, their recovery wasn't bad. It was quick. They were in some pain, but they took the meds and it was okay. So I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I was like mildly nervous heading in. I don't like being put under and stuff like that, right? The last thing I remember before, passing out is they put the mask on me and they're like, breathe deep. And I'm like, like fucking knock me the fuck out. Like and then I wake up, and before I can even like identify my own existence, I'm aware of unbelievable pain in my abdomen. So as I come to, I'm like, fucking, give me some pain meds or whatever. They shoot me up like 4 milligrams of Dilaudid or something. And it's still fucking killing me. So they do it again. And she's like, I can't give you any more after this, okay? And I'm like, okay. And I get home, and this is like the worst 48 hours of my life. Like, it was so bad. Like, I wish I didn't watch any videos about it, so I could have like thought my expectation would be more in line with like what it was actually like, because it was so fucking horrible. So apparently they like fill you up with like CO2 gas or something when they do what is the laparoscopic surgery, and like it like moves around your body and it's really painful. Well, mine apparently like moved up into my like lung area, and so I couldn't take a breath more than like 5% of my lung capacity, or it was excruciatingly painful. It was so I'm like sitting here like for hours. Like, I can't even talk, because if I talk, that uses up too much of my oxygen supply and I fall behind, and I wind up having to take a breath that's like bigger than I needed. And the worst part of it was that every time I finally, the pain meds and the angle of the chair lined up just right so I could get a little bit of sleep, I would inevitably, in my sleep, take a breath larger than the capacity of the pain threshold and jolt awake with horrible pain. Dude, this was it was so bad. Like I said, I wish I didn't even fucking watch any videos about it because it was miserable. How did I survive? That is a good question. Catherine took very good care of me. I would not have made it without her. I couldn't get up from the chair. Anything that involves using your ab muscles is impossible. You can't get up. But they tell you need to walk around every 3 or 4 hours with the surgery. 2 or 3 hours, actually, with surgery. So I like get up and I'm like fucking grandma walking around the house, leaning on Catherine. I guess that's the answer to that. Yeah, just go through and dislike all their videos. Like, this is bullshit. No, they weren't. They didn't mean any harm. They were just wrong. Is it any better now? It's hard to say. It takes some time for your body to get used to it and for things to change a little bit. It seems like my days are better on average, or rather, like, I don't have any really bad days, and I've had some good days so far. So I don't know, like, what I can expect moving forward, or if they're going to need to do more. No, we haven't. Well, maybe it was the gallbladder that was wrong with me. I don't know. Maybe that was only part of it. Dude, yeah, for sure. Like, even just if I had to deal with, like, the crazy gas and the erratic bowel movements and the gas is the worst, and just the general discomfort, like, that's one thing. But the emergency room visits, if I could just never go through that again, that would be already like a huge step. Dude, cheesy, I have said this over and over again, that if they took my gallbladder out and I was just like fully fucking healed, I was gonna be pissed. Because, like, you're telling me 3 gastroenterologists, one of them like nationally renowned, and like full workup, and no one even said the word gallbladder to me ever. Not one time. So, like, if that was it, I was going to be super pissed. Because, like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But, like, based on my symptoms, it definitely could have been. And, like, for it to not even have been considered, it's kind of crazy to me. But anyway, it's only been, like 8 days or something since I had the surgery. So, like, I still have some pain. It's hard to sleep on my right side. I'm not supposed to lift anything heavier than 10 pounds. So, it's funny because I'm supposed to be an expert on all things coli. There's like 4 tiers of gallbladder disease, and I'm like the second one. So I think inflammation, so cholecystitis. How do you lift your dick then? No masturbation. So they did say that I was to refrain from sexual activity for 2 weeks. And I was like, so just to be clear, could you please outline what constitutes as sexual activity? And the doctor was like, everything. And so I instantly, of course, made the decision mentally, like, that's not going to happen. 2 weeks? That's funny. So I've had very bad luck with hand doctors in general. It's funny because the only thing that any hand doctor has ever told me that I have is tendinitis, right? It's tendinitis. So I finally decided to sit down and do a bunch of research on this shit. Basically, the only things that they've ever tried with me are some physical therapy, though that didn't last long because physical therapy was like, there's nothing we can do for you. I took a steroid dose pack. They gave me a cortisone injection. Then they gave me a cortisone injection again, except it was like in the areas that it hurts. And then they did that again, a separate doctor, and none of it did anything even slightly to fix my hand pain, which means that it's not tendinitis. Cortisone injections don't improve my situation, then I don't have tendinitis. Like, that's just, cortisone isn't even supposed to be like a long-term solution, but even short-term, it did nothing for me. So that means it's something else. So I saw a new hand doctor recently, and she did some weird physical exam shit, and, like, don't take that Twitch chat the wrong way. So basically, she had me, like, outstretch my arms, and then, like, her hands were, like, on the outside of mine, and she would, like, I would try to push out, and she would try to, like, push me in, basically. And then she would do that, and then she would, like, scratch on a part of me, and then do it again really quickly. And then when she like did that to my arm, I like couldn't push out against her anymore. I would like collapse under the force of her hands pushing in. And she said that meant that I had radial tunnel. So at least my arm pain in particular, she says, is radial tunnel. And so she sent me to occupational therapy, noting that when I previously saw physical therapy, she's not surprised that they couldn't help me because physical therapy generally deals with, she said, bigger things, knee joints, elbow joints, Achilles tendon, that kind of shit. So at least that, I did my first physical therapy appointment, occupational therapy appointment on Thursday. And now I'm going to go, well, the guy was like, okay, you know, how much do you want to fix this? Like, how big of a priority is this for you? How much time do you have? And I said, number one priority, all the time in the world, like fucking, you know, everything. And so I'm going 3 times a week to go see them now. How much time and money did you sink into PT before they suggested OT? This is a completely separate doctor. When I went in New Orleans to go see the doctor and he sent me over to PT, they did 1 session with me and said that my problem was, quote unquote, too non-specific and widespread for us to do anything. No trigger finger. Tendinopathy is possible. Tendinosis is possible. But apparently my doctor, who everybody loves, and that's why I like went and saw her, because I did a bunch of research on like reviews from doctors in the area. She thinks it's radial tunnel, at least my arm pain. Probably doesn't explain the hand or the finger and thumb pain as much, but I already knew that we were going to have to take this one step at a time. Like, they're not just going to wave a wand and everything's going to be fixed in here, right? It's not going to be that simple. So starting tomorrow, I am going to be going 3 times a week to occupational therapy. And my hand doctor, when I mentioned my horrible like stomach pain stuff and getting my gallbladder removed and stuff like that, she recommended something that I had already been thinking about and already been kind of honed in on, but didn't know where to start, which was like going to see an actual therapist about these issues. Because considering, I mean, she actually, I'm not going to say she put it into better words than I could have, but she was like, from what I understand, you know, gaming is like mostly your whole life and you can't do it. So like that's having a horrible effect on your mental state, and you should like that can be negatively affecting your symptoms more severely than you'd think. Can I afford all of these treatments? Well, that is another big problem. And so I should say thank you to the 234 of you who are still subscribed, and anyone who watches my YouTube videos, because I would not have made it this far without you guys. I mean, it's been, how long has it been? 2.5 years, which is just disgusting to think about, that I haven't worked, basically. I mean, I've come back for like short stints or whatever, but that being said, even with the residual YouTube income, the residual Twitch income, I've been staying with parents, friends, family, for like a long time now, not paying rent. If I had to pay like fucking everything, I would have been out of money. I am out of money. Like, I'm fucking broke as shit. I pay my car note and my health insurance, and that's about it. So I've been living here with Catherine for the past, I don't even know how long now, like 2 or 3 months, and she's been helping me a lot. So what else? Yeah, I guess future plans or whatever. I am just going to be like 100% focused on not using my hands, resting as much as possible, doing the physical therapy. Is there any game outside of Pokemon or WoW you're interested in playing and commentating? I mean, like Smash Bros. But I unfortunately am good at and interested in the 2 least popular Smash Bros. Games, Gunnerluck, 64 and Brawl. Okay, so the Crystal Clear file, that was a whole travesty. If I play Crystal Clear, I'll start from a fresh file. Like, we played for like 4 hours on stream, and then my power went out, and I could never make myself go back and fix it. I think Kaizo would be pretty popular. And like, here's the thing, though, is that like Exarian's been getting like hella viewers, but Exarian is a gigabrain hyper genius whose very existence may be best suited to playing that game more than anyone on this planet. Whereas I am Gunnermaniac, and I just feel like I don't know. Kaizo isn't that hard. People are just bad. Okay, I can't speak to like how hard Kaizo is. As far as I can tell, it's not that hard. It's like just really dumb. But that being said, I've watched a lot of people play it, and unsurprisingly, the vast majority of people who have ever touched that game are absolute morons. like oh my god, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. I'm not, that being said, I would probably be like almost as much of a moron, but in very different ways to them. But like, dude, oh my god, it's so hard to watch. Am I going to try Pokemon Reborn now that it's finished? So there is a possibility that I do that, right? It's like, I want to be streaming again, but it's really hard for me to stream, and like my mental state is shit, so it's hard for me to commit to anything. But one of the biggest things that was stopping me from streaming consistently before was that, like, I don't know, maybe 2 days out of the week, I was stuck in bed all day. It happened. I went and saw Leo and Pokeguy and Bobel and Stringflow and Wave Warrior. I was there like 4 days, and one of those 4 days, I was completely stuck in bed the entire day. So, yeah, it just sucks for that to happen. But if this gallbladder surgery made it to where that's not going to happen anymore, then maybe I would be able to stream something like Reborn or Ironmon, or what I actually wish I could just do, and might just do anyway, is stream Stadium Gym Leader Castle until I get world record. Because like, I want that world record, and it's going to take a lot of time, and I can play that right now. So it's like, maybe it's better than nothing. Holy shit, I want to speedrun so badly. But if I come back to streaming for real, my health is good. Everything's fine. Catherine's got her job. I'm streaming full time again. I swear to fucking God, I am done with making compromises when it comes to the stream. I'm talking real camera. I'm talking lifter for the mic. I'm talking soundproof room. I'm talking fancy lighting. I'm talking anime figures on the shelves in the background. No more compromises. On time. Well, okay, let's not get crazy. But like usually. But yeah, I think we're about done, boys. Hopefully my conscience, Catherine, and you guys will convince me to continue to stream soon. And we'll do the things we talked about.